Let us continue playing Motorsport Manager as we begin our march towards next season and our potential attempt at getting somewhere near the sharp end of a championship. Possibly even just getting some race wins, which I think would be a mass achievement for next season if we could manage it. Still, we have this season to go first, and there are possibilities of ridiculous circumstances that would help us out in that regard. Next up is Cape Town, which is a race we've not been to, I don't believe. Certainly I don't think it's on any of my notes, so we're going to have to do some experimentation with setup at some stage. Interview with Channel 6. We will accept the interview. I was left with little choice this time. Apparently they had nothing on it. And in fairness, I wasn't left with little choice. I just wanted to do it because, honestly, it made sense. So, looking at that, if we were to fit that part to... If we were to fit that part, and we are going to fit that part, of course. Okay, that's encouraging. So we're now up to 5th place on the grid, though the average point is still above that. So that's at least somewhat encouraging. We're going to design a new engine, though. It's, of course, the hardest part for us to upgrade, so let's go for this. We want to be able to use this, and the only risky part is the reliability boost anyway, which I'm okay with missing out on. But we're going to build this for as optimal as possible, because this will hopefully be our engine for next season. And, of course, if we get a random legendary component that, say, has a plus... I mean, that would be fine. Top speed 115, high red zone... We're not happy at the high red zone, but I would take that. At least this is a good high-spec engine for next season, which is what this build is. Unfortunately, we won't have this done by the race, but hopefully we'll have enough time to actually get our other engines set up and ready. Meanwhile, we've had some scout reports. I've had a quick look for drivers and designers and mechanics that might be useful in the future, so I'll let you know on those. Meanwhile, though, let's keep going. Chica's birthday! Well, clearly we do have to celebrate this. We have money, actually, so I'm okay with keeping morale up. So, there we go. Meanwhile, continuing on. Car repair is complete. So, let's begin our focus. So, Cape Town is clearly a Monaco-style circuit. Acceleration... Actually, we might have been here. No, it doesn't seem so. Okay, well, it's fine. It's that type of circuit in any case, so... 24 days I've just noticed. So that's not even going to be available for next race, is it? Alright, we'll have it done for there. Getting the engine up to any kind of reliability might be a tricky thing, but hey. Anyway, improvements. So, engines is fine, though of course we don't need to upgrade that one anymore. We want to focus entirely on this. I don't think there's any much we can really do here, is there? So, let's try and focus on the front wings, the brakes, and the gearbox. For whatever minor boost we can get. Yeah, 22 and 8, so we'll get a bit more of a boost from this than we did have. The only thing I will say is that after about 2-3 days, I might just have to... Okay. Yep, that's fine. We are still doing better than we were expected. 10% chance of rain, ultra soft, super soft, and soft. And yeah, we're quite good on the tyre wear, but okay. So they're up into basically safe point here. It's not a race that's going to stress them. I'd much prefer getting this engine done, and in fact we can get the engine pretty much there. So let's also go then for... I've only got 2 points of improvement to give to it, so okay, fine. Focus on that for a little bit. Okay, that's now up to 82. 82 is probably fine, but we'll keep going. Make sure our engines are at least reliable here. Car is still the 9th best on the grid. But oh well. One part out of a 6, though, is good. So 5th, 10th, 7th, 9th. 7th, 9th. So our worst part is really the gearbox, which is going to be a bit of a struggle here, I've just noticed. But you never know. We might pull off a surprise. You never know with these sorts of races. That's up to 96. We no longer need to get that dirt going. Brakes could have been useful, I suppose. Gearbox is probably fine. And suspension is our lowest part that still can be done. So 20 in that. Oh, and it's race day anyway. And yeah, this is going to be Monaco. It's not quite the same Monaco layout by the look of it, but it's close enough. It's also, you know, in South Africa. Alright. So here we're going to do the complete opposite thing and focus on the ultra soft tyres. 4 sets of those. 2 sets of... yeah. We'll go 8, 5, and 2, but we are basically focusing on ultra softs here. In fact, I don't think we're going to be using the soft tyre at all unless we decide we go mad here. Let's go with that. So, fit parts. Yeah, the car stats are going down, so that's at least encouraging. No longer saying it's the worst car ever. And I think we're going to stick with this. I know Dulatev is more angry than at all here because, you know, stuff and things, but how's morale actually doing? His morale's actually top of the world, but he's the reigning Super Cup champion. I think once that goes away, he might start having problems. But for now, he's on top of the world because he's the champion. And it's good to be the king. So, to a Cape of Good Hope. And we do hope. We do hope. So, practice time. And obviously, as I said, we're going to be focusing on the ultra soft tyre as much as we can here. And I'm going to hope that it can do a reasonable number of laps. This is kind of what we're going to just check out now. It said 42 laps, I think. So, okay, 11's not bad. 11's workable. 15, 20. So, okay, there might be some benefit to running a super soft at some stage, but I'm thinking if this is 42 laps, then 22. I think we can go ultra super the way we're going here, but we are definitely going to focus on this ultra soft. What I'm going to have to do here is just work out where exactly we want to put this. So I'm going to go 17.5, 27.5 at least on Balcazar. We might go a little more conservative with Dulatev just to see if we can get a general strategy here. But let's go with... oh, actually, that's not as far that way as I thought it would be. Let's go 31 and 44. And we'll stick it like that for the moment. I won't do any tweaking with the middle components yet. And now on to you. Definitely I think the high downforce is what we want here, though. I'll go 17 rather than the full 27.5 with Dulatev. And yeah, you've got less of an indicator here. Can I go slightly more with you? I don't know. Try it like that. See what happens. Obviously, we're going to be doing qualifying runs, possibly quite a few of them. But let's just have a go here. Quali stints for Balcazar. Out you go. The good news is we'll get the 15 anyway, just because we're running on ultra soft tyres. So it's not too bad for us to just do quali stints here. Obviously, race pace is paramount and what we're going to score points on at the end of the day. But we need to get this set up right. And because of that, I might send them straight back in here. Yeah, going to Monaco, actually. Oh, I possibly missed the window here, haven't I? I have. Well, that's fine. They haven't said anything yet, which is somewhat encouraging. Okay, they like the gearing, so that's encouraging. This is a weird circuit. It does seem as if we've got the setup good as well. It seems like a short lap as another thing here, so maybe I do just put them back in. Yeah, we'll bring them both in. We'll do another lap in a little bit, but for now, we definitely need to make sure we've got the setup as optimal as possible. Okay, Dulatev is on it, so let's just make a note here. 44, 20, 23. Obviously, the only thing we got absolutely perfect was the speed balance. but I can do some tweaking here. Let's up the downforce levels. So that'll give me enough of a tweak there. I can do then possibly... I think that might be a bit too much here. Let's go with just that. There's a lot of setup to do, not a lot, isn't it? Okay, let's try it like that. It's 95%. We'll switch you... Actually, we'll keep Dualatev on the quality trim for now. Send you out on the same tyres, because I've wasted far too much time with that. So we had a slightly lower downforce with Balcazar here, so let's go to there and there. We'll then put the handling up by 2 points, and obviously that's moved the speed balance down as well. Race trim for Balcazar, who is going to go out and do some race laps for us. But ultimately, we're focusing on Ultra Softs here. So out goes Balcazar. Obviously, we're yet to set a time in qualifying, but we will actually let we'll let them do times now. Balcazar obviously on a race stint. Dualatev still on a quali stint. Ultra Soft 1. That's good. We might be a bit tight on time to get level 3 on it, though, but hey. We've also got some quality stuff done. Okay, Balcazar's handling is improved. Both of them have improved, so I think we're kind of locked in on where we need to be here. It's a 1 minute 6 lap, and we're 2 seconds down with Balcazar. We actually were 2 seconds down. Dualatev has had a phenomenal lap, though. 1.6. I mean, the only people who set competitive times is you, really, probably. But still. Okay, Dualatev likes the handling so far. Let's see how Dualatev slides into the pit lane. I can barely see that pit lane entrance, actually. It just looks like part of runoff area. Okay. Here is where I think I might do a bit of a variance thing here, which might backfire on me, but I might try it anyway. Let's do 1 click of handling that way, just to be neat. Go to race trim, and I think we're going to move Dualatev onto the super softs here. Or do I just stick with the Ultra Softs? Because we at some stage presumably have to run them, but I suppose as long as we got the race pace, should be fine. New Ultra Softs. Let's just genuinely see how quick Dualatev is on these. So a lot of people running on that soft tyre, and the soft tyre is definitely much slower than the Ultra. Aero setup feels fantastic. Race trim 1 has now been acquired. How's Balcazar doing? She's doing okay. How many laps has she been out on these? 4 laps down to half on the Ultra Soft running. You may struggle to get those to the distance, I'm thinking here, but if anyone can do it, it's Balcazar. So there's a in lap. Ultra Soft tyres to level 3. See, I think we will send out Balcazar on some exploratory mission here on the Super Softs. Probably not going to run them, but it might be worth doing. Meanwhile, I need to find some way to get the downforce good. So the downforce was better higher, so clearly that's the way to go. We'll go to 18 with both here, and then we'll knock the speed balance back to there. Is it in the middle, or is it closer to that point, though? Let's try it like that. So Balcazar should hopefully get a lap or 2 on the Super Softs as well. Doubt it's going to make that much difference, and we're definitely not going to get level 1 for it, but a lap or 2 on fresh tyres. And it seems like we're 1.6 seconds off the Ultra Soft pace based on Dualatev, which is closer than we were last time, but this is a much shorter lap. Race 2. We're not going to get race 3, unfortunately, but hey. Okay, aero is much nicer. Gear ratio is happy with. So it looks like at least we got some reasonable setups for people. And it really was a great qualifying session for us, really. A practice session, rather. I wish it was qualifying. I'll take 7th. But unfortunately not. So ultra soft quali trim and ultra soft quali trim for you as well. Okay, car setup. We still haven't really got much better, have we? I mean, I'm all over the place here with knowing where the good stuff is. So that was great. So clearly it's in the middle of that. Downforce, that's the best place we got for downforce. So we want to be a bit more in the middle with that. So maybe there. That was good. Maybe I want to do a slight click or two that way. This is going to be a completely new setup, so I'm quite happy we are going to have at least one go at this. And there's the excellent point there. So maybe one more. I think that's as good as I'm going to manage it here. We're much closer to the great point, so... In fact, we're on the great point. That was also great. That was good. So maybe go in the middle slightly here. So if that was great, and that was great, and that is good, going somewhere in the vaguely in the middle of the two seems like a good idea. That puts us basically on possible great point there, and we're basically on top of where we are there. Yeah, qualifying is not the time we should be experimenting with setups, but I think we have to. So we've got a 98 here. That actually made it good rather than great, so we want to have more oversteer looking at that. Even more oversteer? Followed by a tweak or two just to get that in line. Well, I think we're going to burn our first qualifying runs immediately and just get them out of the way. We will take qualifying here, because I'm going to have to do some setup work while we're in the middle of this. And I imagine you two are going to trip over each other in a moment, but still. This entire first stint is just to get them literally onto a proper setup. So, Balcazar, Duletev, off you go. Thankfully, it's a quick lap, so we can get 2 or 3 attempts at this. So let's see. Unfortunately, Duletev was not very good on his quali things here, and unfortunately people are in the way. Which is never great. Duletev's just falling back as well from... Is that 8 attempts down already? Or I guess Becker has made a stop now, so... Yeah, Balcazar, half a second faster than Duletev, Balcazar there. And within 1.2 of Becker, so that's got to be somewhat encouraging. You might just hit target with that, you know. Okay, so Balcazar comes in 9th place. He's still going to make things here. Modi, De Graaf. Modi, Hamilton, De Graaf. All of them can potentially beat us, but are they going to? Okay, Balcazar genuinely in 11th. That's not a bad place to be at all. And I feel this is the time to go out again. 99 setup. Oh, I cannot object to that. I might actually make a note of this before we go too much further here. So I've got 17.8, 27.7, 21 minus 1.2, 31 and 50. So that's a 99. I can't argue with that. That'll be fine. New set of Ultra Softs since we got them. And Duletev, of course, has to go out again. Unfortunately, we got a car directly in front of us. Duletev? Let's see, you got up to 96. I think, therefore, I'm just going to go with this. We'll go with the known setup. We'll put you on a new set of Ultra Softs. Off you go. And again, I've put you behind another orange car. Not liking these orange cars, they're in the way. We could certainly be slowing down, unless that's Schmidt in front of us. That is Schmidt in front of us. Okay, you need to catch and overtake Schmidt here, and that guarantees your lap is good. Does seem to be closing on Schmidt, actually. Definitely seems to be going faster than Schmidt at the very least. But that was not a clean lap. Oh no, she did go up to 8th. Well, I'm mistaken. That was an improvement. Not in the first sector, admittedly, so she can go even faster than that. Dualtev, double improvement. Is 1.8 seconds off the pace, though. 2.3 goes up to 18th. I think we can afford one more. We're not going to use 5 sets of tyres in the race, so... So Balcazar then, let's send you straight back out then. Since we can, I'll do a slight tyre temperature tweak just to see if we can get up to 100. And Dulatov, one more attempt for you. Let's have you go out as... Sorry, let's have you go out as well. I might have actually cancelled something. Okay, that'd be bad. Alright, we'll do a slight tweak here. Put you on a new set of Ultra Softs. You'll have 4 for the race. Can you improve on 18th? Alcazar potentially in for some points here at this race. We're good on the fast tyre. 15% boost is showing that. Oh, did I cancel your... I think I cancelled your lap. Well, okay. We got to mostly... We can always go on to that 94 set, I suppose. Dualtev, fastest in sector... Fastest personal best in sector 1, personal best in sector 2. 1.7 off the pace, admittingly, but still. 2.8 seconds off the pace, moves up to 16th. Balcazar, though, mighty there. Mighty. Certainly taking 8th place qualifying. It also gives us a small sponsor increase. You know, 100,000. It's not a huge amount, but it's better than nothing, certainly. Okay. So Huzzah, 125,000, and if we could do that again, more money, more bonuses. So race time. So I think we're going to just focus on the ultra soft tyres here, and I think we are going to give the engine expert mode to Balcazar here because we may need to burn a lot of fuel. Meanwhile, ultra soft and race trim for performance, optimal performance for Dulatov. And let's see. So yeah, this is definitely the better setup to be on. Ultra soft tyres. So 42 laps is what we've got to do on this. So that suggests... So that's 22 there. We can use 2 quick stints to go half the distance and then possibly switch on to a soft tyre at the end. Possibly. We are good on our tyres, we know this. So possibly we can stretch this out. But that seems to be what the options are telling us right now. Either way, there is probably not much point in running more than 12 laps here. So 12 laps of fuel, and we'll go aggressive with Balcazar. Let's then have a look at you. And I think similar kind of logic here, only you are definitely going to have to run this soft tyre at some stage. Is it worth running the soft tyre at the start? Going deep and then cutting back here. Depends how well we can make these ultra softs run at the end, I suppose. Maybe we do an ultra soft, soft, ultra soft. Maybe. If you can do 10 laps, I'd be quite amazed. I'm going to start you with 10 laps of fuel. Driver strategy, we're going to go mass overtake with Balcazar. Might just go push high with Dulatov at the start. We want to conserve, see what happens. So, here we are. We do see super soft runners around. I think it's important we don't lose a position to Fisher at the start. Balcazar, off we go. That's a good start, or at least was, and we've got mugged down. remain in 8th. Can we sneak our way through? We seem to be sneaking our way into 6th. Dulatev's in 17th place. He's lost the position off the start somewhere. And Balcazar is in amongst a field of awesome cars. And he's up to 5th. Down to 7th. Down to 7th. But overall, this is encouraging. It's not a bad position for us to be in. Let's burn down the neutral and just keep the high fuel burn going. I think we're going to do the same with Dulatev here. And let's see how long we can make these last. Oh, Balcazar, I'd love you to overtake a Ferrari at this point. Love you to overtake a Ferrari on the inside. Up to 5th. Wow, that was a good overtake. That was an awesome overtake, actually. I think we're going to stick with this because I imagine the fuel loads are going to be awkward here. So we'll go on to the medium-high strat for now, and we'll turn the speed up. We're in 6th position on almost genuine merit. Dulatev is up to 11th. How amazing has your start been, actually, in retrospect here? Well, how good are these ultra-soft tyres, I guess. Wexler, though, is on ultra-soft as well. 40 laps to go, though. And we know they're not going to last all that long. If there is a safety car, we are probably going to have to take advantage of it. Depends how early it comes, actually. Dulatev has crashed. Well, this is everybody coming in now. Okay. So, it's a free pit stop. We come out effectively last, but on fresh tyres. Or we stay out, try to make this work, push on, probably lose time anyway. Everybody around us is pitting. Let's see how far back they are pitting for here. So Sharp's coming in, Blank's coming in. Is this everybody? Everybody down to the graph on the soft tyres. Modi on the super soft is pitting. Fisher is also pitting. I think that means we have to pit here. What do we go on to, though, is an interesting question here. I could pit for another set of ultra softs. Try to go 11 laps after that point on them. So that would give us till lap 14. And then we'd have to stop again. Or I bolt them on, get out of the pits in as advanced a position as possible, and charge. Because if I don't put any extra fuel in, that won't. Obviously, my pit stop will be faster. If we can actually do a genuine 4-second pit stop, 4 tyres, come out with 8 laps of fuel on board, which will probably extend itself out. Have 6 laps of absolute full-on pace. See what happens. So that's the strategy call I'm making. I'm going for a quick, just tyre stop here. We've got fuel. Hopefully we can overtake some people. So that puts us out in 8th place. A few of them did come out. We're the only ultra-soft runner now. So we're going to have to find some way to really aggressively attack this without costing our fuel loads too much. But we're in pretty much same position on the best tyres of anybody around us. Least worn as well. And I've got, say, 8 laps to just blitz. A little bit of a gamble, this one, but we'll see how it goes. Because if we go head into the garage at the end of this lap, we'll have 7.89 laps of fuel. We can probably make this an 8-lap stint, and we know the tyres will last that long. Whether they'll last that long with us attacking them the way we're going to be is another matter, but they'll also warm up quite quickly as well. So I'm just going to wait for that point where they turn, and then I basically go all out. In sector 2. Here we go then. Attack high. So we got... Oh, that is a... This is why the ultra soft tyre was chosen. Balcazar can overtake with the best of them and is currently overtaking the best of them. We don't have long on these tyres, we know that, but if we can just make up enough of an advantage that it doesn't matter... Already, though, the tyre wear is becoming a problem, but... We're in third! Third! And we've got even more of a time extension if we want it. Do we just do this again? Who's pitting here? You're pitting for some reason. You're pitting... Lipponen is not. Fisher is not. Sharp is not. See, some of the super ultra soft runners are as well, and I don't think this is necessarily now worth it. Mind you, how awesome was this initial burst? Let's do this. The problem is, if I do this, I'm just going to have nothing. But I would be leading the race off the start. Oh, I don't know. All right, low. I've given up. We're going for the lead now. So we're in the lead on the fastest tyres. We caught the safety car. So I'm going to basically go all-out attack for about 4 laps, and then we're going to have to go in. You can attack in a little bit here. We are leading the safety car out. DeGraff, Fox, other people kind of holding on here. Lap 9. It's been an interesting race, it has to be said. But Dragon Race Team China is where it's supposed to be. We are leading a race. Leading race. The cars behind us are not actually as quick as us. We know the Lipponen and Fisher combo are probably a threat, but not actually. Okay, there we go. That's push point. We now have to go push medium. Push high, actually. Do not get overtaken, Balcazar. Do not get overtaken. This is not what we want. There we go. Right, this is all about how fast Balcazar can go now. We've got 3 laps. We've got Bergman behind us on super softs. How far can we push this? Because I reckon I've got 3 laps before I'm going to have to stop. And now we go all out. Because I need as much of a gap as I can possibly squeeze. And just looking at the gap that's already kind of building in the middle order. We're not actually going to win this race. I should point this out. I don't think we're actually going to win this race at all. But gotta push this. This is our chance to actually lead laps, lead races. 31 to go. Virtual safety car time. Low. Well, the good news about the virtual safety car is it at least means we do keep our the distance. Okay, back up to attack medium. Actually, attack low here. Let's just see if we can buy a little bit more time. Attack medium. Okay, so I've got 2 laps of these tyres. This is lap 1. Next lap, we're coming in. Gap 13.2 to the guy at the back. Fisher and Lipponen look like they're going to have to stop soon. The question is, do I just go back on Ultra Softs? Because they're just so good. On Ultra Softs, we are genuinely quick. Okay, pit. Ultra Softs. 13 laps of fuel into the car. That puts us to lap 27. which is the optimal range on these tyres. I mean, it might actually go 12 here, because I don't think we're going to hit optimal range. But if we can go fast, we go fast. Sharp up there. So this is showing how good the Ultra Softs are here, and I want another set of them. I think we're going to emerge in 8th place. Or possibly better, depending on how good this stop is. Alright, low fuel out of the pits. Let's go neutral. Because these ones we're not going to be pushing too much here, but now on new Ultra Softs here, Valdez behind us on worn Ultra Softs, Balcazar in 8th place, and I think after this we go soft tyre and go to the end. So Balcazar now is looking extremely strong. At least good for some points here. We wanted points, and this ultimately is what we're trying to do here. Just get enough points to secure our position, and this has been a phenomenal race for us. Even if we fall out of the points, even if all goes wrong from now on, even if Balcazar crashes out for some reason, and I've jinxed her now, I know. But even then, this has just been such a good race for us. I think also we need to go high on fuel just because we are possibly pushing the tyres a little too much to make them go that distance. And I'd love to get past another couple of drivers here. We know some of them are going to have to pit, so these are the super soft runners that are now coming in for pits. That puts us up to 7th. Clark Smith ahead of us on the soft tyre, not the super soft. We know we can get past, and also Valdez behind us, not able to keep up with our ultra soft pace, so we're ahead of him by a pit stop. Okay, let's go push. Let's get past this guy. So push overtake for now. We want to get past him. I don't want to burn laps behind if I can. We know we can go 20 laps on these soft tyres. The fewer we have to go on it, though, the better. There we go. Past we are. Into 5th. Let's hope we can now accelerate up. We're into 4th, actually, because of other pit stops. So that's Sharp going on the super soft, so he's probably going to have to stop again. Because they're looking at this. I'm thinking the soft tyre is the one that we want to be on. Though I'm going to go conserve high now. Oh, is the weather going to change? Oh, thank God. Actually, the weather might play into our benefit. I don't know. Can we do 6 laps on these tyres? I doubt it. Are we faster than the people in front of us? Not currently. So, okay, we don't think we're going to do 6 laps. Let's push on and just reduce that gap. So Balcazar extending the lead to Piguet on the soft tyres behind us. And I think he's going to have to stop at the same time as us, having done this soft stint. The gap is actually staying around 32 seconds to Bergman, who we were competing with for a brief time. Fortunately, it had to be a brief time. We are not anywhere near in his weight class. I think we can do 3 laps from here. So I'll go high, do 3 laps, then pit. That puts us in lap 26. I think we can go on to super softs at that point, which would at least be faster than the soft tyre that's being run. Unfortunately, we can't do another ultra soft stint unless the safety car comes out, which I wouldn't rule out at this stage. That's Bergman into the pits. Let's see where we end up in relation to him. We're coming out ahead of him, and he's still in there. He's still in there. And remember, Bergman was... I think Bergman is effectively P1, except he's got no ultra softs. So, yeah. Interesting. So I have, having crossed the line for lap 25, 17 laps to go. I don't think these tyres are going to last, so I'm going to actually go overtake push for this remainder of this lap. Then we're going to pit and go on to 15 laps. Or do I go 20 laps and be sure? I think we go with the super soft strategy here. Or do we go on the softs and just abuse the heck out of them and hope that we can be fast enough without having to pit? So no more pit stops. Put some brake thing on it. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do that. Repair the pit stops. Let's go all out. Balcazar, go for lap time now. Gain advantage. Do as much as you can while you've still got the tyre grip. Lap cars. Burn the tyre wear away. 22. In we go. Low fuel in the pit lane. Mistake on the refueling, but a great repair stop. So, I think the time is now attack medium here. And the reason we go attack medium is because, of course, these tyres take a bit of warming up. Prefer them warm, and they should hopefully be able to withstand it for a lap or two. But we are pitted to the end, and I don't think anybody else is. So high for a little bit. And that's 6% on that first lap. 15 more to go. Tyres warming up nicely, so let's put them back on neutral. So, the big question then, is Balcazar net leader? Is Bergman just going to overhaul us even with the pit stop he's got to make? Have we got a win on our hands, or are we now going to be too slow now we're using this soft tyre? If we'd have gone 2 more laps in the Ultra Softs, we'd have had super soft availability. It's what I thought we had anyway, but just not quite enough. Arguably we could have done, but it would have been a struggle. I prefer the soft certainty that we don't have to pit again, and we can push these if we want to. Gap up to 19 seconds to Lipponen, who is going to stop again and be on faster tyres than us. So I imagine actually Lipponen, Sharp, Wexler are all effectively ahead of us. Especially those on the Ultra Softs who are battling at the front there, which is somewhat helping us. Behind though, we're doing okay. Oh, net 5th would not be a bad result at all. Still unlikely because we got Bergman behind us, but I don't know. Let's go overtake on the fuel as well. Let's burn that off. Get some lap time by just not carrying fuel around. That is 6th place Fisher right behind us there, but he's got much more worn tyres. There's Bergman going into 6th. I don't think we're really going to be able to fight Bergman here. Well, I'll give it our best bet. 23 seconds is the gap to the leader, Lipponen. And now those Ultra Softs are going away. The Super Soft runners are running out of tyre grip. So sooner or later, the balance is going to redress and go into our favour here. Especially with us pushing. Pascal takes the lead. No. Oh, Becker takes the lead. There we go. Pascal Becker. That's why I was looking for Pascal. Who's Pascal? No, that's actually Becker. And that was a pit stop made, I'm sure, because we're now into 4th. So it's Bergman behind us. Lipponen down on the soft tyres. He'll go to the end. Bergman did get ahead of us. We were expecting that, though. And we expect Bergman will have to pit as well. And then be on Ultra Softs in the last stint as well as that. Pigway behind us has slightly more tyre grip. Big question for us, though, is 8 more laps to go. And that's looking a little more worrying now. Still got excess extreme fuel. And that is Bergman in the lead pit ahead of us pitting. So that puts us back up to 4th, and we are ahead of, I think that was Sharp on the Ultra Soft tyres behind us there. So he's definitely going to get past us. This, I guess, is the problem now. Those guys that have gone long are just going to be on so much better tyres now. Also, we have just run out of our extra tyre wear, so I think that's it. That's our challenge kind of over here. And it's whether or not the Ultra Soft runners will be held up sufficiently that we can just win. I don't think so anymore. That's Lipponen, and he's just, monstering around us. The Ultra Soft tyre was just so good around here. So good. And we are just being overtaken by everybody. So Becker and Wexler now both in. They'll both go on to Ultra Softs. Both basically be ahead of us again. We might end up 6th. If we're lucky, we can go beyond that, but I feel that 6th is probably a fair estimation. Oh, Wexler's got damage. Wexler has damage, and yeah, let's try and warm these up a little more. Into 6th. I don't think we have to worry. Clark Smith has got no tyre grip behind us. We're actually extending the gap to him by the look of it. Yeah, Gonzalez about 40 seconds he actually pitted, so I think we're safe to just get to the end and be 6th, which, as I said, not a bad result. It really isn't. We're not expecting to be up with these guys yet. It was fun to be leading the race for a while. It was fun to be the fastest driver on the grid for a while as well. And if we'd have done Super Soft, maybe we'd have been better off. But It's just the way it worked out. Another safety car or another... If that was a proper safety car, maybe I could have lasted. Oh well. But it's definitely worth a reminder here. The Ultra Softs are ridiculously good when most of the field has softs. So 2 more laps to go. Balcazar looks like we're going to take 6th. We're ahead of 7th quite safely, so I don't even feel the need to really push this. It has been rather a good race for us. Some important championship points. Schmidt did pick up a few as well, but this should hopefully keep us in touch for 4th place. Not expecting to stay there. I'd imagine I'd be quite happy with the season if we finished 6th overall, actually, which I think is genuinely where our car is, and we could have asked for that at the start of the season as well, depressingly. So Balcazar round the corner, last lap. 6th place, great result for the team. Balcazar finishes what was a phenomenal race, and while she led only a few laps today, I'm sure she will be leading more in the future. Victory for Sharp. So strategy-wise, looks a little bit of a mess because of what we were doing, but still. It was right to pit at that point. It was right not to pit at that time. Stay on the Ultras. Do 11 laps on them in the end after multiple sort of safety car periods. No, it was a fun race. It was fun. It's a shame we couldn't make those tyres. I mean, in fairness, if we'd have made the tyres last, we wouldn't be able to push as well as we did. So, 8 championship points puts Balcazar, means Balcazar remains 5th overall. Dragon Race Team China still has that 30-point gap to Windsor, though as we've seen in that race, they are definitely more capable of scoring than us. It was a good race. So I imagine morale for Dulesev is just going to plummet. Actually, no, it's stayed about the same, which I'm surprised at. So we came 5th, expected result was 8th. Bonuses, 1.2 million. Hit both our targets this time. 4.4 in reserve. And we shall say until next time, because honestly, what more is there to say? Until next time.